All right, guys, what's going on? My name is Luis. Today is May 28, 2020, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News Channel. Guys, we have tons of breaking news updates when it comes to many events that's happening in the world. We all know what's going on in Minneapolis, in Los Angeles, and when it comes to social media platforms. But we also have major problems going on in the East China Sea. There was multiple warships, U.S. warships in the East China Sea, even aircraft, and I believe they had a B-52 bombers. So you got rumors of wars rising, and again, guys, it's good to be prepared. Number one, spiritually, give your life to Jesus Christ. All this is written in Bible prophecy. So it's very important nowadays, people, to do their own research, open up the Bible, and get closer to Jesus Christ, because we are seeing many events happening in the year 2020. Now, before I start, guys, give this video a thumbs up and share this video with your friends, families, and loved ones. I appreciate the love and support. Also, if you guys want to support this channel, again, the links are in the description box. So it says here, the Washington Beijing tit for tat is growing on a number of fronts, but has the potential for direct conflict in the South China Sea, where both countries are busy flexing. So once again, you got these two nations building up when it comes to military preparedness. And it says here, also on the heels of accusations, and counter charges over the event origins cover up. So Fox Lucas Tomlinson reports Thursday, 1 month after U.S. guided missile destroyer Mustang harassed by Chinese warship from a carrier strike group. The Mustang cruised by contested island and move likely to irk China. Specifically, the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer sailed near the Paracel Island in a contested area of the South China Sea. So it's getting really deep here, guys. Tensions are rising. With all eyes on South China Sea, U.S. Navy dispatches 2 warships to East China Sea, Japan-based USS New Orleans, and guided missile destroyer Rafael Peralta from TR Strike Group. Now, they're building up because, again, guys, of this new Cold War. That's what's happening, because the events that's happening around the world, you guys already know that the numbers are up there when it comes to this events that happened in the beginning of 2020. You guys already know what I'm talking about here. So they are building up. They are preparing for something big. Also, it says here, as the Fox correspondent further reports, the U.S. Navy has dispatched a pair of additional warships to the East China Sea, namely USS New Orleans out of Japan and the guided missile destroyer Rafael Peralta. The later also based in the Western Pacific region as part of the Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group. It goes without saying that U.S. and China relations have reached their lowest point in decades, with a former Trump administration trade official recently warning the spike in tensions brought on by the event on the heels of the trade war has marked the start of a new Cold War. This has been demonstrated, especially with the Pentagon's significant ramping up of B-1 bombers fly over of contested water near China over the past week. So, it says here, 2 days before U.S. Navy warships sailed by contested islands in South China Sea, U.S. B-1 bombers flew over same area from Guam, while a separate pair flew to Sea of Japan for training with 16 Japanese fighter jets. Give me a second. Let me see if I can click on this really quick, guys, and show you the picture. So once again, you have U.S. aircraft preparing. That one's kind of large. Let me see if I can remove myself really quick. Military exercise going on. So rumors of wars are uprising. It's rising, excuse me, guys. All right. So, for example, since the start of April, there's been no less than 15 U.S. military aircraft flights approaching Taiwan's contested borders, with at least 3 bomber approaches since the start of May. Meanwhile, Chinese state media confirmed the United States warship presence in the South China Sea, claiming its PLA forces expelled an American ship for trespassing in China territorial waters. As a state-funded Global Times reported claimed, the Chinese People's Liberation Army on Thursday expelled a U.S. warship that trespassed into Chinese territorial water of the Isha Island in the South China Sea. Here's the problem. South China Sea is international water. But again, back in 2014, China has been building a military base in the South China Sea, international water. And this is why the U.S. is in that area, because, again, it is considered international water. And the U.S. operation amid the event showed the U.S. is the source that sabotages peace and stability in the South China Sea, a Chinese military spokesperson said on Thursday, citing military sources to assert it's part of a long recent history of U.S. violation Chinese sovereignty. GT stated further, the PLA Southern Theater Command organized naval and aerial forces to follow the U.S. guided missile destroyer USS Mustang when it illegally trespassed into China's territorial waters of the Isha Island on Thursday without authorization from the Chinese government, says senior Colonel Lee Herman, a spokesperson of the PLA Southern Theater Command on Tuesday. The PLA sources said they followed and monitored the ship's course before ultimately driving it out of Chinese claimed waters. So China is basically saying the U.S. is just getting involved in our area, territorial water. And now China is firing back. Chinese PLA on Thursday sent forces and expelled U.S. destroyer USS Mustang when it trespassed into China's territorial waters of the Isha Island. The U.S. is the source that sabotages peace and stability in the, again, South China Sea. Once again, international water. So China, once again, is trying to take over the South China Sea. So, of course, the U.S. Navy saw things very differently. On May 28, local time, USS Mustang DDG-89 asserted navigational rights and freedoms in a parcel island consistent with international law. There you go. Lieutenant Anthony Junko, a spokesperson for the U.S. Navy 7th Fleet, said in a statement, by conducting this operation, the United States demonstrated that these waters are beyond what China can lawfully claim as its territorial sea. Like I said, guys, I've been saying it for many years. This is international water. In the past 2 months, there's been a very noticeably and dangerous uptick in both American battleships entering contested waters near China's coast and around Taiwan, as well as long-range bomber activity, essentially right on a communist country doorsteps. So China is basically claiming that the South China Sea belongs to them, and that, you know, again, they are seeing what U.S. is doing, having all these planes and aircraft and warships getting closer to the South China Sea. Now, China has said numerous times that they will shoot down those warships if U.S. get close to the South China Sea. So, though the trade war and more recent events blame game remains but heated rhetoric with occasional mutual expelling of foreign journalists and students, the potential for a direct military incident or accident in the region could be a concrete outlet for boiling tensions and combustible mix leading to violent regional conflict. I have a strong feeling something big is coming. Something big is coming in that South China Sea. We're going to hear it all over the news. There's a possibility that China might take out one of these, again, aircraft or a warship. Again, I don't want to say that, but the way things are going, it seems like it's a possibility. The odds is, I mean, it could happen. It can happen. So, once again, guys, tensions are rising between these two nations. Also, when it comes to HK, Taiwan, and you have the Japanese training. I mean, the world right now is out of control. That's what it is, guys. You have these nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and things are getting really tough right now. So it's good to be prepared, giving your life to Jesus Christ. Jesus warned many of these events to come. People need to be prepared and be ready. You don't want to be left behind. So once again, guys, I will keep you updated in this crisis when it comes to the dragon in the U.S. As of right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. All right, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, P.O. Box number 2, 3432 U.S. Highway 19, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to give your life to Jesus Christ, email me. My email is in the description box. And once again, if you guys want to contribute to this channel, the links are also in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, guys. God bless. Give your life to Jesus Christ and get baptized. We are living in tough time. Till next time later. Peace.